game. What else? What else I want to say? Listen.
Pop culture is more than just entertainment. It's a lens into society, relationships, and human behavior. I'm Grace, and here on The Grace Report, we dive into stories beyond the headlines. Whether it's reality TV drama, celebrity scandals, or royal family intrigue, I'm here to break it all down. What it means, why it matters, and how it reflects the world we live in. Join the conversation, share your take, and let's make sense of the culture shaping our lives one story at a time. Good morning, good morning, good morning, sunshine. How are y'all feeling today on this beautiful Thursday, May 1st? Guys, today kind of felt like a Saturday morning to me because here in France, it's Labor Day, and so people are not working. So, everybody's, it's beautiful out too, as you can still see from all the sunlight, lots of friends are going out for picnics and this, that, and the other. So just an FYI on that. I'm going to be doing my picnic tomorrow with some friends. And then tonight I have to go watch Sinners in theaters. Like, it's obligatoire. Okay. Good morning, Gala. Nice to see you here. Good morning, Nicole, Monica, Carla, the Chaos, East Awesome, Petty LaBelle, it's Latasha, and everybody else trickling in as well. East Awesome says, Avi resigned from Sutton. He's telling a story on a podcast. What podcast? This is delicious tea, East Awesome. Thank you so much for putting us on. I heard the rumblings, right? That like he had removed the fact that he worked from her, like from his bio or something like that something was off, but for it to be confirmed and then for him to be going on a podcast to talk about it. Oh, this is delicious tea. Truly, truly delicious. I'm surprised she didn't make him sign an NDA or anything like that. Crazy. Latasha and anybody else who is thinking about like where to work, what is the best place to work? Somewhere in Europe. No offense to my Europeans, and this is a compliment to you. Compared to North Americans, they don't have that many work days. Like, they have so many holidays. It's insane. In the month of April, they had so many holidays. This month of May, I always joke that they don't work. Like, they work maybe like 10 days total in the entire month of May. So if and it's not just here in France, like Spain, Portugal, they all have a lot of these holidays as well. So shout out to Europe. Like, they are truly, working to live, not living to work, the way that we do in North America. Good morning, Acacia. Nice to see you. Good morning, Jasmine. And yes, same here, Petty LaBelle. Thanks again, East Awesome. East Awesome says that they're going to share the name of the podcast after the live. I'll give juicy bits here in the Grace Report. Hit the like button. I love it. Thank you, boo. Good morning, Coconut Cold. Good morning, little Miss Fluffy. What tea are you having? Yummy, yummy, yummy. Am I ever jealous? Good morning, Mariah. Thank you so much. I decided to attach a little ponytail today. You know what I did yesterday, y'all? I went to try a kizomba dancing class for the first time ever. And it was so fun. It was one of those dances. It kind of felt like a little bit like, when like you go out with your parents to like these functions and then like their generation, they're like doing their little respectable 1-2 shuffle. That's what it felt like. It was so cute, so fun. And then afterwards, like the class, we went out to grab some drinks, like at a bar, like nearby and whatnot, and just chat a little bit, get to know each other a little bit more, which I found to be really, really fun. That's the first time I get to go to one of those. Cause like, whenever I do my Sunday salsa bachata, afterwards, people kind of like gather at the front, and I think everybody's invited to like just gather if they want to go. But I get nervous, like not being explicitly invited. So I just run in the other direction. So it was really cool to like have a friend with me and then, go with them and whatnot. Super cool. Oh, Colin the Chaos, you're from the UK. That's amazing, girl. Wow, nice. Good for you guys too. I love that. Good morning, Ali. And yes, they don't work the month of August in general. Can you imagine that? I'm low-key thinking of getting like a job here in France because you get paid and you don't work that many days. Just saying. Double the money. You guys, why don't we get into our stories for today? We've got an awful lot to talk about on today's morning report, okay? The Katy Perry situation. Can I ask you guys, how you, as the co-reporters, how do you feel about Katy Perry and the way that she's treated on the internet? I think that a lot of us has seen like this kind of dogpiling against her for the past several months now, and it's kind of really ramped up even more ever since she went out into space. Personally, listen, I find it to be kind of ugly, right? Like, is Katy Perry problematic? Yeah. Right? Like, was it weird of her and problematic of her as a woman to work with Dr. Luke after what he did to Kesha or allegedly did to Kesha? Yes. But does she deserve to be like attacked like this for every little move, like every single day? Like, I personally do not think so, to be honest with you, but we'll get into that. Okay. And then we also have to talk about Bill Belichick's girlfriend. You remember that like guy who's like 80 years old and he's dating a 20-year-old or something like that? Oh, she has been putting away her money for a rainy day. She built a multi-million-dollar real estate empire off of his money. Iconic. We're going to talk about that. Jazelle Bryant, her children are still boycotting Eminem in the midst of his illegal battle against her and Robin. And lastly, I got a video for you guys about Dr. Heavenly saying she would have given Portia the old knuckle sandwich, the old one too, if Portia made a joke about sleeping with her husband as revenge against her. Okay. Good morning, Diana. I love the name Luca. That is awesome. Hi, Luca. Hi, Diana. Nice to see y'all here. Hey, loose cannon shoulders. Listen, y'all, do y'all see the way I've been hitting it in the gym, y'all? And I'm so obsessed with my back right now too. I have been going hard in the gym, and I'm, it's showing. So just say so myself. Thanks, Boo. Okay, you guys, why don't we get into the Katy Perry story, shall we? So some of Katy Perry's fans, due to all of the harassment and bullying that she had been, facing online over the past several months, they decided to put their hard-earned money together and purchase a billboard for this multimillionaire to cheer her up. Listen, I get loving your fave, right? But a bunch of regular people, and I imagine that these people are really, really young as well, right? Spending money to cheer up a multimillionaire is a little bit crazy to me, but I digress. It's crazy to me. I think it's cute in theory, but it's like, really, like, when does Katy Perry, put together her millions to give it away to you guys to cheer you up? Like, anyway. So they had it. It said, congratulations on the opening week of the tour. We're so proud for you and your magical journey. And we love you to the moon and back. Know that you are safe, seen, and celebrated. We'll see you around the world. This is just the beginning from your worldwide cats. Really cute, but again, Anyway, let's get into Katy Perry's reaction to this. What are her fans called? The Katy Cats or something like that, right? And so the way that she reacted to this is the first time that she ever publicly acknowledges that she feels as though she is being bullied by the world currently. And so here is her actual official response. It says, and I quote, shout out to Pop Crave, by the way, for these screenshots. I am so grateful for you guys. We're in this beautiful, wild journey together. I can continue to remain true to myself, heart open and honest, especially because of our bond. I love you guys and have grown up together with you. And I'm so excited to see you all over the world this year. Please know I am okay. I have done a lot of work around knowing who I am, what is real, and what is important to me. My therapist said something years ago that has been a game changer. Quote, no one can make you believe something about yourself that you don't already believe about yourself. And if I ever have any feelings about it, then it's an opportunity to investigate the feeling underneath it. When the online world tries to make me a human piñata, I take it with grace and send them love because I know so many people are hurting in so many ways. And the internet is very much a dumping ground for unhinged and unhealed. What's real is seeing your faces every night, singing in unison, reading your notes, feeling your warmth. I find people to lock eyes and sing with, and I know we're healing each other in a small way when I get to do that. I'm not perfect, and I actually have omitted that word from my vocabulary. I'm on a human journey playing the game of life with an audience of many, and sometimes I fall, but I get back up and go on and continue to play the game, and somehow through my battered and bruised adventure, I keep looking to the light, and in that light, a new level of love unlocks. I think it's a very sweet message that she sends back to them, right? Like, they spent a lot of money, so she wasn't just going to send a little 1-2 sentence. She was going to send an entire novel, and I got to say I admire that. Again, guys, is Katy Perry perfect? No. Is Katy Perry kind of problematic in her own ways? Yes. But just kind of like the dogpiling that's been going on, like just turning her into this big kind of like joke and whatnot is a bit too much. I feel like it's always this way with women and like pretty much never with men, right? Like, I'm still thinking about Kanye West and all of like the horrific things he's been saying and doing over the past several years, but do we see people, people say Kanye's crazy, this and that, and they kind of like shrug him off, but they don't lead these hate campaigns where they are just, picking him apart at everything he does, like blah, blah, him as a person. Like people critique like the things, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Mariah says, I cannot stand Katy Perry or her annoying Daisy video. We have bigger problems we need to focus on than Katy going to space. Be for real. And I can agree with that. That's why I don't understand why people are so hyper fixated on her. It's always, maybe I'm wrong. If you guys know of a man who has been dogpiled in the way that Katy Perry or Blake Lively or Meghan Markle or these kinds, women have been, please let me know, because no one comes to mind for me. And that's like me being very, very honest. Hey, Jaleesa, happy birthday month. What does that make you? Is it still Taurus? So it's Taurus until the 21st, right? And then after that, what is it? Is it Pisces afterwards? Pisces season? What season is this? You're not a Gemini, are you? Jaleesa, are you a Gemini? Please let me know. I got to bring out my sage just in case. Just joking. Jessica says, good morning. Nice to see you, boo. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. 2 snaps in the Z formation. Ronnie, nice to see y'all. Not Grace defending Denise doesn't try enough. Perry. To me, I feel like it's not like about defending this individual. It's just women as a collective, because I really do feel like it's always women being dogpiled. I have never seen a man be dogpiled in this way that I have seen women be dogpiled like consistently. And for me as a woman, it really hurts like my heart, because what has Katy Perry, like she worked with Dr. Luke and that was a terrible thing for her to do. And then outside of that, I can't really name anything, you know what I mean? Whereas Kanye has said things like slavery is a choice. He's a Nazi. He's insulting children, calling them the R word, all sorts of things like that, saying he doesn't like handicapped people, right? Like, and nobody is dogpiling him like this, right? And then you've got creepy people like Leonardo DiCaprio, Shannon Sharp, right? Jake Gyllenhaal, Bradley Cooper, right? Like you've got these people who consistently, who's that guy? Brad Pitt, who are constantly going after these young women as well, right? And that's weird, creepy behavior. And nobody dogpiles them consistently. Tom Cruise is a deadbeat who left his daughter behind, and nobody really talks about him and just, goes at him like constantly the way they do after these women, and I don't know. I can't. Jasmine says, that is so stupid. And she's referring to Katy Perry's fans putting their money together. Listen, those billboards aren't cheap. So putting their money together to go and get her that billboard. Jaleesa says, people are so annoying. Like, if you don't like her, don't watch. Exactly. People go, like, they fixate over people they claim not to like. And, y'all know I love Reddit, but there's like a certain side of Reddit where it's like snark Reddit pages. And these people are like the example of what Katy Perry is talking about when she says like unhinged and unhealed. They will claim they hate people, right? Like they hate Cucumber Baldwin or they hate Blake Lively. And you see women, there's so many snark pages for women always, right? Or the Meghan Markle ones. And they just spend all day, every day, analyzing every breath, every sneeze, every movement of these people that they supposedly hate, just to just hate on everything that these people do. And I don't know, this stuff makes me feel so icky. East Awesome says, I met Katy Perry in private in DC. It was 3 of us there with no cameras. She was mean and rude. Oh no, she ignored a hand wave, a goddamn hand wave and hi. I had access to the same event she did. She's an ass. I'm sorry to hear that. That really sucks, listen, so with celebrities, they always say do not meet your heroes, even if it's not your hero or whatever, but like people that you see in public, because more often than not, they are going to disappoint you. And that's happened to me as well, where I used to do these certain events for a company I used to work for, and they had me meeting as celebrities a lot. A lot of them were really nice, but then some of them that you'd be surprised and you'd think that they're nice because of their personas, they turn out to be mean, and you're like, oh damn. I will say LL Cool J is so nice. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Good morning, Chocolate Drop, Venetia. Nice to see y'all. East Awesome. I met her during the I Kissed a Girl Cherry era, and she was rude as well. Damn. So she's got a J-Lo. See, J-Lo's another one that people were dogpiling. She's got a J-Lo reputation, and that's not good. That's not good, right? I always try to say, listen, if it's only 1 or 2 stories of somebody being rude, whatever. We all have our bad days. We all have people who could say that, we were rude, or, they didn't like our, our vibe or something one day. Maybe you were having a bad day and you were just not interested in small talk or something like that. But if the majority of stories about you are that, something definitely is off. So Gemini after Taurus. Oh, so it's Gemini. Jaleesa, you are a Gemini. Okay, Miss Gemini. Okay, happy early birthday, Miss Gemini. Nice to see you. And you know what? I actually think Gemini would be such a cool name. It's so fun. Gemini. Miss Latasha is a Gemini as well. We got so many Geminis in the building. Gemini is when we start finally celebrating birthdays for my friends. Most of my friends, my friend group, my friends and I, we're like Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, done. And then like for the rest of the year, it's nothing, no birthdays until that season again. So yeah, I just love all of the zodiac lovers in here. Good morning, Ona. Nice to see you. Oh yes, Allie, thank you. I forgot about that. She was sued for stealing that house from that. Or what was the whole idea of that? Some kind of weird, situation with a home. I don't remember the full situation, but I do remember that was a big deal. Mariah says, I do agree that women are more ridiculed in the media than men because most people are susceptible to the idea that we live in a patriarchy and men can do no wrong. I agree. Two Snap says it's due to the patriarchy. I agree. That's why I'm always going to be careful about dogpiling on women. It's just too much, And remember, I asked, have you guys seen men, get dogpiled like this? I have yet to see a man, be named in the chat because we can't. It doesn't happen to men the way that it happens to women. So that's why, listen, even if she is problematic, right? I can't dogpile on her. There are men who do far worse, right? And this is a great example, Carl in the Chaos, Fist Brown. How many women has he beaten, right? How many charges has he caught? Is he dogpiled and harassed this way? No. He sold out the biggest stadium in the world, right? Latasha says, Henry Cavill dated that teenager at his big age of 33. Is he being dogpiled? No, right? Lou says, it's sexism. Men always have defenders in the comments of both genders, right? And there's no one there to defend women. So listen, I can't do it. Even Diddy's another one. Two snaps in the Z formation. Diddy's terrible. But every time we hear news about him, are people dogpiling him? No. I don't like that. So, guys, why don't we get into Bill Belichick and his little girlfriend? Oh, my God, this story. I'm sorry. I sent it to my sister. I sent it to my friend. I said, this girl's an icon. Okay, let me sip my water and tell you what happened. This lady has been dating Bill Belichick for a little while now, right? So her name is Jordan Hudson. And she's only 24 years old. And this man is 73 years old. Creepy, creepy, creepy. The fact that this man is 73 years old and he's dating a 24-year-old, to me, predator, right? And so people have been making all sorts of comments about her. She's a gold digger this, she's a gold digger. And what about it? This guy is sucking the youth out of her. Okay, she should get some money out of it. She's entitled to compensation. Caregivers at retirement homes are compensated. This woman is checking him out of his retirement home every single day, taking him out for excursions. She's got him dressed up in these cool little, whatever that brand is, t-shirt and whatnot. Did you see when he did the interview and she told him not to say how they met and he was wearing that trendy little ripped t-shirt? That was her work. She deserves the money for that. Okay. And so, you know what she's been doing with the money that she got from this man? She is not one of those bird brains, right? Because there are these bird brained women where they get with these men, right? These sugar daddy men, and they just buy cars. They buy jewelry. They buy handbags, shoes. That's what they want to flaunt. That and vacations, things that do not build you money, things that don't really matter in the long run, right? Let me tell you what 24-year-old icon Jordan Hudson has been doing with Bill Belichick's money. She has built, according to Page Six, by the way, an $8 million real estate empire, you guys. So she has been purchasing these homes since 2023. So she purchased 4 homes in that year alone, right? And so she is focused on multifamily homes. So she bought a townhouse that was purchased for $2.3 million. Then she took a $1.2 million mortgage on it and leveraged that to go ahead and purchase another home, another townhouse for $2.2 million, right? And she has also further divided that townhouse to turn it into a sixplex. And she also has a single family home that she bought for $610,000. And finally, a $3 million multifamily home in Boston. So she's got several multifamily homes spread out over several states. This way, when grandpa is done sucking the youth out of her, like the vampire he is, right? If he wants to kick her to the curb, it doesn't matter. Those homes were bought in her name. And although she took out a mortgage on 2 of them, all of them have now been paid off in full. So she owns $8 million worth of real estate, 100% cash. And these are multifamily homes that are being rented out, producing income for her every single month. And I think that she still also is getting an allowance from this man, as she should. I'm sorry, at 73 years old, if you want to mess around with a 24-year-old, you better be paying, right? And so who knows what she's going to do with that money, but she is set. She's okay. He can kick her to the curb, go find himself a 20, whatever he wants, right? It doesn't matter. That those homes were purchased in her name and paid off 100% in cash. This is how you do it. The article was slamming her, calling her a gold digger. I'm sorry, but why is it that this man can benefit off of her youth, her beauty, her fantastic body, right? Everything that he does not bring to the table while bringing nothing. He is a multi-millionaire, right? He's got more money than he can spend. And the fact that he was able to purchase these homes in cash for her for $8 million and still be rich as hell, what is he losing? What is he losing? What is he the victim of, right? It's absolutely insane the way that people feel like women, you know, especially young women, should have to entertain these old men for nothing. I'm sorry, but no, this woman, she slayed. I'm really happy for her. Could I do this? Absolutely freaking not. Yuck. Sorry, that's disgusting. But you know what? She's putting in her time. And she's been thinking about, you know, the rest of her life, the long game. So now she is a millionaire through and through, and she's going to be fine. He could kick her to the curb and it's all good. You know, in fact, it would be amazing for him to kick her to the curb, because now she doesn't have to kiss that, you know, kiss that. Hang on, let me put a picture up on again. Now that she doesn't have to kiss her grandpa anymore, and she can count her money in peace. So shout out to you, girl. I'm actually really, really, really happy for her. She is a very, very, very smart cookie. And Luce is right. This 24-year-old played the game better than Portia. How long has Portia been in the game? And look what she's got to show for it. She got a Rolls Royce. Who cares? That is a depreciating asset, right? And then she's got a house that she's got to fight over with a husband from his ice facility. Like, come on now. Tadisha says, she's smart, but I still wouldn't date him if I were her. Same here, same here. And she's been at it for 2 years now, right? Like, we're 2025, and she started purchasing these homes in his name back in 2023. And you know what? I hope she just keeps on going with this, right? Because that is one of the best assets you can possibly have. And the way that she turned these townhomes into like sixplexes and whatnot to 6x her income, or what is it? 3x her income, sorry. Absolutely incredible. Good for you. I am team her through and through. Again, it's just money. You're not going to die with your money, right? And so he's still a multimillionaire. So he's not hurt. He didn't lose anything, right? Julissa says she probably has one more left with him. She's almost 25, so she played it smart. And I agree, right? And she's still young enough. And now with all that money, she can continue to level up her life, stay in those circles with all those rich people because she is a rich person, and find a nice, hot, age-appropriate, rich boyfriend, husband, or whatever it is that she wants, right? She just put in a little bit of time so that she could live good for the rest of her life. She was a cheerleader, right, for these football teams. And y'all know those cheerleaders don't make money. Half of them have second jobs. And now look, this was her second job, right? This was her second job. And it paid very well. Two Snap says the disgusting thing she had to do for $8 million. She's my queen. Disgusting things indeed, my queen, not so sure. But I will say she's smart, because a lot of these other dodo brain girls are just going to spend it on shoes, bags, and not even think about investing in something like houses, real estate, right? Mariah says, why aren't men? Exactly. It's always this woman's a goal. What is that man? What is that man? The woman could be his granddaughter. I think it's worth to be a creep attracted to people who are way too young for you, right, who are children compared to you, than it is to be a gold digger. Just saying, just saying. I completely agree. Patty LaBelle says she has value no matter what anyone says, period. Period, period, period. Especially now with her $8 million empire. So, like, come on. That is absolutely incredible. Thanks, Kyla. You know, when I saw your picture, I thought of Candy in the RHOA intro. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No, that was Kim. What did she say? I might be small, but my empire keeps on growing. What was the note? What was the note that Candy sings? Oh, thanks, boo. She put in her time. Listen. Some people have to go to Guantanamo Bay to put in hard time. Some people have to go crawl up under grandpas to put in hard time. Hard time is hard time, and she did it. Envision says, let's be honest, she's giving him great care. Exactly. Most families end up sending their elderly relatives to the nursing home until they pass. Exactly. You know, she is mashing up his potatoes. She's mashing up his steak, putting it in the blender, feeding it to him, kissing him on the forehead, taking him to Disneyland. Like, these are things that he needs. You guys know that there is a loneliness epidemic amongst our senior citizens, and she is just providing the care that he needs. Rancer says, don't get me wrong, I'd probably consider it at her age. Listen, we can't hate. Listen, we are all free to do whatever it is that we want, you know? And so if that's what anybody wants to do to get ahead in life, go right ahead, right? So long as you, like her, think ahead and make sure that even if this guy were to drop you, you are going to be fine. It was worth your while. You know, honestly, $8 million. Ooh, Lord have mercy. She's got a strong stomach, right? Very, very strong stomach. And I agree. But listen, how is Portia going to be a student if she can't even read? Just say the ring didn't mean a thing. Whoa. Every time someone sings like terribly, I do like the Nini. You know that gif of her like in the club listening to Kim sing live. Oh my God. You guys, speaking of the Real Housewives, why don't we get into Jazelle Bryant? Do you guys remember how Eminem sued her and Robin over their Reasonably Shady podcast? He said that it was a violation of his shady, trademark, right? And, I'm sorry, I didn't really realize this photo before I took it. How's Eminem doing, you guys? I know that he recently became a grandfather and that like his daughter gave like his name Marshall as like a middle name or something like that to her kid. I don't know, like Eminem, he seems like a nice enough guy these days. Like he seems like he's in a better place than he used to be. But just something about his eyes still, I don't know, it's a little haunting to me. I hope he's doing well. Anyway, he sued Jazelle and Robin. And now, as retaliation, Giselle's children have boycotted his music. Apparently, his music still comes on the radio. Apparently, people still listen to the radio, right? So she was giving an interview to People magazine, and she said that it's so funny because if an Eminem song comes on the radio in my car, my kids would be like, nope, that's Eminem, turn it. My kids are on top of it. They know, no Eminem for us. How's that lawsuit going, by the way? Who won? Or are they still kind of like duking it out in court? To be honest, listen, y'all know I don't like Jazelle and Robin, right? However, Reasonably Shady versus Slim Shady, like the word shady is just so ingrained in our lexicon that I think it's a bit ridiculous to claim that you own it. Like I understand copyright, I understand trademarks and whatnot, right? But I don't know. I feel like it's a bit much. So I do hope that they win because I think that it's two completely different things, and they do not try at all to even pretend that they are associated with Eminem in any capacity. And I'm sorry, but Slim Shady is so 2001. You know, we're way past that at this point. Hikar says, women who lay up with gross men who are broke. Exactly. Lay up with gross men who are broke and have their kids, please, and give those kids those broke men's last name, please. And those broke men don't even stick around to raise those kids, please. I can't judge this girl. Jasmine, you too, right? Isn't it so funny? I miss Nini, and I really, really hope that she gets to come back. Two Snaps and a Z says, gays own shade and shady as well, right? Carl in the Chaos says, we love Eminem. Jaleesa, however, says, oh, I hate Eminem. Carl in the Chaos says, he does an amazing job of hitting all the different emotions with his lyrics, etc. All the Eminem for me. Did he put out anything new? I know he had some kind of Houdini song, but I think that was like 2 years ago or something like that. I think that Jazelle wanted to just bring it up because, listen, I haven't listened to the radio in God knows how long. I'm all about the podcast, but I don't really, I don't remember this man's music coming on the radio anymore. Nikki says, I don't think he cares. Me neither. Listen, he's got his new kid to be worried about, or grandkid, I should say. He must be so excited about that. Two Snaps says Eminem has black demon eyes. Let me put up a picture again because there's just something kind of haunting about them. He seems like they're very sad eyes to me, right? Like very sad, very troubled, very, I don't know how to describe it, but black definitely for sure. Demon, I'm not sure. Oh my God. He does look like he has underlying anger. Yes, that's what it is. Like this picture, like he looks so like hostile. Like, what are you being so hostile for? Like, damn, I just clicked this button so I could snap this freaking picture of you. Like, calm down, you know? Tiff says, I mean, Potomac is close to Detroit. It might be a personal because it does seem weird. Really? I had no, okay, maybe that's it, right? Turf war. Hey, boo. East Awesome says, oh, this is the Avi update. Guys, so East Awesome broke the scoop here on the Grace Report, on the morning report, that Sutton's assistant, Avi, cut ties with her. He's no longer working for her. And the interview is a nothing burger. He likes everyone. He's known Sutton for 13, 14 years. Their dynamic is real. Don't believe everything you read. He lost 80 pounds. That's it. I thought we were going to find out why he's no longer working for her or something. Damn, right? Char, Mrs. Candy, me too. You know, I would like to see her come on as like a friend of or something like that one day. I haven't listened to Eminem since Not Afraid. Exactly. And I was like 9 years old. You know what? Like, I will tell you guys, I had this biggest crush on, you know, I used to like have this like part-time job back when I was a student at Carleton. And there was this guy at my, oh, he was so hot. And I used to find Eminem kind of hot. Is that okay? Is that weird? It might be weird. I used to find him so hot. And there was this guy who worked with me who was so hot. He looked like just like Eminem. Oh, good times, y'all. Good times. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, he was hot, y'all. He was really, and he was so tall. We had a nice little summer love affair. It says he just dropped. Did he drop an album? Well, congratulations to him, Eminem. Okay, I guess that's why they're playing his music on the radio again. Guys, you know what? I think today's morning report is really short. Like, we didn't find too many. Well, I didn't find too many stories online. And so my last story for you guys is another, like, the housewives have been dominating today's morning report. So yeah, I don't know why, Theo. I think there's something wrong with me and my taste. Like back in the day, I used to find him kind of hot. And so there was this guy I work with and I was like, oh my God, he looks like Eminem. He's so hot. Oh, listen, I've got to finish this morning report. Let's calm down. So this today's morning report is very dominated by the housewives, okay? And so my last story is about, remember how Portia joked that she would screw Miss Angela's husband, Charles Oakley, on the last episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that caused a lot of friction between the two of them? Well, Dr. Heavenly, she took to her Instagram to talk about what she'd do if she were in that situation. And a woman who is known to sleep around with married men, nonetheless, threatened to sleep with her husband. So I got a video of that I want you guys to take a look at. By the way, before I even get into this, y'all, Dr. Heavenly has made Married to Medicine unwatchable for me. Like, I cannot stand her. She has nails on a chalkboard to me. She's just so uncouth, just to me, okay? However, I will say that this photo of her is so beautiful. Her hair looks gorgeous. Her smile looks gorgeous. Her cheeks, her blush looks amazing. The green looks stunning on her, right? Listen, I'm not a hater. Even if I do not like you, I will give you your props if you're beautiful, right? This is a very, very, very beautiful photo of her. Anyway, just thought I'd say that before we got into the video. Take a look. Let me know what you think of what she had to say, okay?
What else? What else I want to say? Listen, I know I'm wrong for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Y'all talk about sleeping with my man, them fighting words. I'm just saying. I ain't talking about nobody. Y'all say y'all going to sleep with my husband, we got to fight. Especially if you pretty. Especially if you think you probably could do it. Don't say you going to sleep with my man. Please don't, because I'm going to have to fight. Every time I see you, it's going to be on site. Chad, don't even worry about it. They know. The people know. It's on site for y'all. It's on site. Okay? Praise God, my little man. Leave my little man out of it, baby, because we gonna thank God for everything. I ain't trying to be messy today.
Well, there you go. She said, leave her man out of it. It would be on site. She would be beating you up if that were the case. What about you guys? I think we all kind of said the same thing. It was very grimy, like Patti LaBelle, especially for somebody like Portia, who has been known to sleep with, multiple married men. It's not okay, right? East Awesome says Portia can fight, but Angela can really fight. Portia knows who to charge and attack. And that's the thing about Portia. She always goes after people she knows won't fight back. Miss USA is not going to fight back, right? Jamie was not even expecting her. She was just minding her own business down the alleyway when feral Portia chased after her. Then the thing with Cynthia was lying on a chair where Portia got on top of her. And then she tried going after Dennis's mother, who is a senior citizen. She's feral. And here's the thing with Heavenly, right? Heavenly doesn't fight either. Wasn't Contessa trying to fight her over something? I saw that in one of y'all know I don't watch Married to Medicine, unfortunately, but there was a fight that they had, and then Contessa said, "Okay, square up. I'm gonna beat you up." And Heavenly ran, and she wanted security to intervene. So I do not believe her. Shar says, I feel that Dr. Heavenly is toxic while overshadowing everybody else. I agree. She's too much. She's too loud. She's just for me. I don't know how to describe it. Like nails on a chalkboard. I'm actually really shocked that she's a dentist and that people still even visit her practice after the way that she's behaved on television. Don't nobody want daddy, period. Actually, wait a minute. Didn't Contessa tell us that he has a whole other girlfriend and a side baby? Maybe that late. Other than Heavenly and his alleged side chick, nobody wants him. Dr. Call Security, exactly. Call security. You're not fighting anybody. Heavenly is corny. I agree. Is that the doctor that isn't really is it true? I thought no, she's really a doctor. She is. Who's the doctor that isn't really a doctor? Whenever I think of that, you know who I think of? The guy who Sheree was dating in season 1 or 2 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Jasmine says Dr. Heavenly or Dr. Umar. Jasmine says Dr. Heavenly ain't even about that life. She ran away from Dr. Contessa. Stop it. Jessica says fighting over a comment doesn't make sense to me. Don't be friends, but don't throw hands. I can agree with that too. Keep the violence out of it, y'all. We don't need that. Especially, for a distinguished person such as yourself who has a dental practice to uphold, right? East Austin had asked me earlier if I watch Summer House. No, I do not, but they promote that heavy on Bravo. Andy, anytime he's talking to somebody on Watch What Happens Live or on a podcast, he's always bringing that up. Is it good? Or is he just really just trying to get us to watch that thing? Is it worth it? You know what I used to love that they canceled? I loved Southern Charm New Orleans. It was so good. That was my Bible. My friend Julie and I, it was our Bible when we were preparing to go and visit New Orleans back in 2019, I want to say. Nightbot says, don't forget to give this yeah, y'all, if you're enjoying today's episode of The Morning Report, please don't hesitate to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. East Awesome says, Heavenly admits she can't fight, but grew up talking ish in Miami and is really good at it. Heavenly does really good work. LMAO, some famous YouTubers are her clients. That's the thing, she's kind of like a Candace, all mouth. But I hope that unlike Candace, if someone eventually, decides to fight her because of her big mouth, I hope that she doesn't go, turn around and cry victim. I hope that, she could take that mollywop, and dust herself off and keep it moving, right? Ali says that's one of the only really, and I'm so sad because I loved the first few seasons of Married to Medicine until they brought this woman on. She's just too annoying to me. Y'all really do like Summer House. Okay, but then Jasmine's comment about it being very man-centered, I don't know, because whenever it shows man-centered, these men they run through women like paper towel or something like that, and just something about the vibes I don't like. Theo says I don't like the Bravo shows starring young people. They're always thirsty for Instagram fame. Kind of, yeah, I see what you mean. I stick to the classics. Hey Shayna, Summer House and Southern Charm are both good. I still hate that they got rid of Southern Charm Nola. That was my one that I loved so much, right? I really, really loved it. Tiff says, me too. So mad it ended. Shout out to my Southern Charm Nola friends. Y'all, sorry that today's episode of the Morning Report was rather short. Listen, over here it feels like a weekend because of the not the weather, but it's Labor Day, so people are not working. So Yeah, over here, very slow, chill kind of vibes. Not too much going on in celebrity land, but I'm happy that we were able to talk about the stories that we did get to find. Once again, if you enjoyed today's episode of the Morning Report, please don't hesitate to go ahead and give it a thumbs up so YouTube knows you enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And I completely forgot a message from some of our sponsors that I'll play on the rollout. Take care, you guys. See you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Bye now.
The Morning Report is brought to you by Philo. Watch your favorite shows and movies from over 70 different channels, including MTV, TLC, WeTV, and more for only $28 a month. Get a free trial today by clicking the link in the description box of this video to get your free trial up and running. Are you looking for the perfect skincare products for women over 30? Look no further than Rothia. Rothia is a skincare brand born from love and made for parents. Their flagship product, the Resilience Cream, delivers clinically proven age prevention benefits such as average 14% wrinkle reduction after 4 weeks of use. Click the link below and receive 30% off your first